I hate Apple. Apple fucking sucks. I hate.
10 seconds later.
I'm 3 days sober of coffee, and I'm trying to get myself off caffeine by drinking green tea. But let's talk about this Mac Mini M1 that I just purchased. You guys know that on my YouTube channel, it's all about finding value. It's all about finding like really, really good value products, whether that be a phone that you can put your own ROM on and get better performance out of, whether it's finding really, really good true wireless headphones, which I don't have here to show you guys, whether it's battery banks or cables or any of that stuff. My channel is all about finding good value for tech enthusiasts. And that's ultimately why I got the Mac Mini M1. See, here in 2021, I live in Vietnam. Energy is really cheap. That means that the demand for video cards here is through the roof because of crypto mining. And because of this specifically, for me to buy an RTX 3060 card here would be like $900 or roughly double what it would be MSRP. RTX 3050 cards aren't out yet. The GTX 1660s here or GTX 1650s here would be like $700, $600 for that stuff. And when I priced out building a new computer here in 2021 in Vietnam, and if you're Vietnamese, xin chào các bạn, mình có cách bằng tiếng Việt link đây. For me to build a Ryzen 7 RTX 3060 card with like very 16 gigs of RAM, not like a proper nice machine, but just like bare bones machine with Ryzen 7 RTX 3060 would have cost me like $1,900. And I'll put that, it was like 40 million VND, and I'll put the conversion for that down here. Needless to say, it was double the price of my Mac Mini. Just the price of the RTX 3060 here was 20 million VND, conversion here. And the price of my Mac Mini was 22,700,000 VND. So this was a much cheaper option. On top of that, I don't really like desktops. Like, I'm not a desktop guy. I wanted a laptop because of screen calibration. I need to get someone over here now to calibrate the screen, a bunch of other kind of reasons. But ultimately, the Mac Mini was the best financial decision that I, as someone that creates videos for YouTube, make. I'm not a gamer, right? I just need a good, fast computer to edit videos on and edit photos with. And if you don't game in 2021 with the current price of RTX cards and graphics cards, a device like this is probably going to be the most power you can get for the least amount of money, being that these computers and all of the videos and comparisons I've seen, they benchmark really, really close to like a Ryzen 7 RTX 3060 laptop, maybe a little bit less graphical performance, like a RTX 3050 Ryzen 7 laptop. For me to find an RTX 3060 Ryzen 7 laptop here in Vietnam was impossible because of the graphics card prices here. All the gamers buy laptops because it's a more affordable option right now in regards to computational horsepower for your dollar to get a laptop. Where I live, that's just what the situation is. I wanted a Zephyrus G15, I wanted the Zephyrus G14, both of those laptops with RTX cards out of stock in the entire country of Vietnam. Manufacturers or distributors here, aka resellers, no idea when they are going to be getting them, more of them in stock. And on top of that, the price for those laptops was also around 40 to 50 million VND, conversion here on screen. But that's between like $1,900 and like $2,200. So not cheap. Meanwhile, I got this Mac Mini, 22,700,000, right around $1,000. I will sell this when the new MacBooks come out because the new MacBooks with the M2 or M1X chip are going to have more power than this. I want a laptop. Those laptops are going to be right around the $2,000 mark for more graphical performance. I already had my mouse and keyboard and my webcam and other peripherals. So when I get that laptop, it's just going to be docked here, and then I can just take it with me when I need to, get the screen calibrated, have dual displays. It's gonna be great. The display I chose was an LG, and I'll put the exact model number for it up on screen, but it's a QHD IPS LG display. It's essentially the same panel that you get with one of the Dell UltraSharp monitors, but the Dell UltraSharp monitors do not have the VESA mount on the back. And as someone with neck and back problems, I like to be able to have my screen basically at eye level. I wish this one could go a little higher, but alas, I can't get it to go a little higher. That said, all of this stuff for my Mac Mini was like right around $1,300 with the monitor, the mount, all that other stuff. I really dislike Mac OS. Like, I'm not a Mac OS person. That said, it works really well with services that I use, like the sponsor for today's video, Surfshark VPN. Now, this was something that I was not expecting, right? Because I've talked other ways and other times that I use Surfshark VPN, but if you are abroad and you use a backup service like Backblaze to clone your computer and all your hard drives, it's unlimited storage for like 30 bucks a year or 40 bucks a year. If you guys want me to do a video about that, let me know. I've been using Backblaze for like 4 years now, ever since I broke one of my hard drives falling off of the table. And normally here in Vietnam, if I want to back up to Backblaze's servers, which are mostly located in the US and a little bit in Europe, my backup speeds are right around 4 to 5 megabits per second. I had a crazy idea of like, what if I connected to my VPN to see what those speeds are? Lo and behold, because the internet connection or the bandwidth between Hong Kong or Thailand, which are the two VPN servers that I use, are faster than they are between Vietnam and America, I went from backing up all of my stuff at 3 to 5 megabits per second to like 10 to 20 megabits per second. So if you're abroad and you use a backup service like I do, Surfshark VPN might do more than just give you the ability to see Netflix from other countries. It might do more than just protecting your data when you're on public Wi-Fi. And it might do more than just make it easier for you to use online banking apps when you're out of the country. If you are an expat or immigrant like myself. Either way, it's less than $2.50 a month. So it's like right around the cost of a cup of coffee. Here in Vietnam and America, a cup of coffee is like double that price. And you guys can support my channel by using Surfshark VPN in the link in the description down below. On top of that, all of my data gets encrypted when it goes to get backed up. In Vietnam, lots of censorship. We can talk about that another time. But in regards to my just initial impressions of using this, I have for the longest period of time strayed away from photography just based simply on Adobe Lightroom being slow, not being as great of an editing experience as I want. I had to photograph a friend's father's funeral yesterday, and editing those photos on this computer took me an hour and a half. It was the fastest editing experience I've had ever for editing photos. An amazing firsthand experience. I've already edited a little bit of video on my Mac Mini M1, and my Mac Mini M1 for editing video in the Adobe Premiere Beta. Playback has been fine, timeline performance has been great. Rendering speeds are kind of what I was expecting them to be. They're not blow my dick off fast, but they are really, really good. But more important than anything else is the usability has been awesome. That said, right now, I'm having to reformat a bunch of drives into exFAT that were formatted to NTFS, and it's a massive headache that I've been staying up waiting for stuff to finish so I can start it while I go. It's been a headache. That said, I'm really, really excited to share with you my journey as a Apple hater, Mac OS hater that needed a device for my workflow and chose Mac OS. Maybe I'll get an iPhone. Peace.